Hey guys, welcome to the Fighters channel. Undefeated British heavyweight Joe Joyce hinted that former United World Champion Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight him. Joyce was called one of the contenders for a fight with Joshua if the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF titles, Alexander Usyk, could not give AJ an immediate rematch. However, Joyce made it clear that because of Joshua's unwillingness to fight with him, he switched to other rivals. What happened to Anthony Joshua? I thought he wanted to get hacked. I guess I will have to beat whoever is next on the list, Joe Joyce wrote on his Twitter page. As you heard, the promoter of former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua hopes that the next opponent of his world will still be the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF titles, Alexander Usyk. The teams of Joshua and Usyk almost agreed on a rematch, which was to take place in May or June. However, Hearn believes that despite all this, Usyk will be able to fight Joshua in June. Will Joshua's fight against Usyk take place? I really think so. I believe that this fight will be the next one, and it will take place in June, as Hearn said. Hearn, the promoter of former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, still doubts that the owner of WBA, WBO and IBF titles Alexander Usyk will give an immediate rematch to his word. I said that I was waiting for Usyk's fight with Joshua, but then I saw the news that Vasily Lomachenko would not fight with Kambosos. This made me think that Usyk might be following in his footsteps. So I need to talk to Alexander Usyk and we need to make a decision. We need to find out what's going on, and then we will figure it out. I expect we will figure it out in this week. Joshua wants a fight from me. He is ready to fight and wants to stay active. We need to make a decision as soon as possible. I don't know how to estimate the probability of this match. 4 days ago I would have said 70-30 that Usyk would take the fight, but now it's 70-30 against this fight. I don't know where he is, what he is thinking about, what the situation is there, but we need to know about it, said Hearn. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers to my channel. I'm trying very hard, absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. The former world champion in 2 categories, American Andre Ward, shared his opinion about the confrontation between Alexander Usyk and Britain Anthony Joshua. Recall that on September 25 in London, Usyk confidently boxed Joshua and took away from him the world champion titles in 3 prestigious heavyweight versions. In the contract for the fight there was a clause about a mandatory, in case of Joshua's defeat, rematch, which is planned for the spring of 2022. Ward noted that Joshua is able to get even for the defeat, but only if challenges are made. I think Anthony can win, but I think he has to change something. I think he needs to remove this muscle mass, as he tried to do for the first fight. He showed us in the rematch with Andy Ruiz that he can rebuild, so we can't write him off. Andre is sure. I know that people give up on him, but this is what they do in boxing. People want to be the first to say he is going to beat this guy, and the first to jump off this ship when something bad happens. He can make the necessary adjustments. I was arguing with the man the other day, Ward continues. He said that Anthony Joshua has no character. I say, brother, he wouldn't have come here as an amateur and as a professional if he didn't have a character. He just didn't know what he needed to do. We saw him thinking like, damn, how do I stop missing punches from this smaller fighter? He just didn't know. In fact, he needs to be given a concept of what he needs to do. To use the superiority in size, to be behind the jab, not to miss, not to try to be good, to impose your will, and let's remove this fighter. If he implements it, I think he can win. Andre Ward said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.